So, Mundakopanishad will be seeing today a summary of the first section of the Mundakopanishad. So, Mundakopanishad, the name as we discussed, of course, it belongs to Atharva Veda. And the name Mundaka has been given for that two reasons they give. One is a Munda means a head. And in a body, head is a prime thing, important thing, primary thing. So even this Upanishad, Mundakopanishad, well, basically is a primary Upanishad. In fact, Pujya Swamiji used to teach in a course either Kathopanishad first or Mundakopanishad. And well, of course, the importance we can establish because Adi Shankaracharya ji has chosen to write a commentary on Mundakopanishad along with other 9 Upanishads. So definitely Acharya has chosen, so well, it has its importance. So this is one way of saying why Mundakopanishad. And the second, of course, is at the end of the first chapter, well, we saw that this Atharvana Vedis, the people who belong to Atharva Veda, well, they study the Upanishad, this Upanishad, because that belongs to Atharva Veda only, so they study this Upanishad after performing a vratam, a vow, which involves carrying the ritualistic fire on the head, not fire on directly on the head, but in a pot. They call this vratam, they call it as a Shiro vratam, Munda vratam, Mundaka vratam. And therefore, after doing that vratam or carrying this pot along with the fire, these Atharva Vedis approach the teacher to indicate that they also have a desire of a moksha like this fire. Right? Like the fire is there, suppose the head is burning, the hair is burning with the fire. You really search for water. You will not wait for any other thing. Same way, well, this indicates that, well, this, what happened? Yeah. So, this indicates that, well, this Mundakopanishad, Atharvavedi people belong to Atharva Veda study after, well, this doing this vratam. So these are the two ways to say why it is a Mundakopanishad. And it's a Mantropanishad because the Upanishad, the part belong, generally we say Veda has 2 sections, Mantra and Brahmana. Mantras have definitely mantras. And those mantras will have certain meter, etc. And there are several Vedic meters. One of that is Gayatri also. So the mantra, the Savitri mantra appears in a Gayatri meter, so called Gayatri mantra. Anyway, so this Mantropanishad. Other is a Brahmana section. Brahmana is generally considered as a Brahmana section of the Veda is considered as a explanation of the mantra portion. There are also mantras there, but need not be, because being a prose kind of a thing, explanation. Well, it may not be in a particular meter, etc. It doesn't follow meter, chandas. Anyway, so this particular Upanishad belongs to Mantra and Brahmana. This particular Upanishad belongs to mantra portion. It is available in the mantra portion of the Atharva Veda. And well, definitely in mantra portion, well, definitely has several recensions, shakha. So, well, this Upanishad belongs to mantra portion, but then in a Shaunakiya shakha, a recension of a Shaunaka Rishi. And this Upanishad has, of course, a 65 mantras spread over 3 mundakas, 3 chapters. And each chapter has 2 sections, kanda. So 65 mantras over 6 sections, 6 kandas is this Mundakopanisad. We are going to see only the first section, first kanda of the first Mundaka. Okay. Now, what is this first portion, first section? Well, first section has only 9 mantras. And we call naturally as an introductory section of the Upanishad. An introduction of what? Well, this section introduces the subject matter. What is the subject matter? We will see. And also, this section introduces who is there? Kindly don't make any noise, please. Is there a way to mute everyone? So this section definitely introduces. See, it involves a teaching, right? Imparting self-knowledge. Teaching involves a teacher and disciple. So this particular introductory portion also introduces the teaching lineage. And to show the glory, who are the people involved either as a Shishya or a Guru, who are imparting knowledge and who are getting knowledge, while they are really extraordinary people. And therefore this knowledge also is extraordinary. This is a way of praising the knowledge. Who are getting this knowledge, who are imparting the knowledge, etc. So definitely, and we know Brahmaji, right? The very Lord gives this knowledge. He said, this teaching tradition begins with the Lord. And therefore this tradition is time-tested. Lord means what? Lord has not appeared this round. Brahmaji, before creation, at the time of creation. Well, Parmeshwara alone, he is a creator, appears as a Brahma and then creates. So that Brahma at the beginning of the creation, my screen gets blank for some reason. Anyway. So,
we can see you, Swamiji.
Yeah?
We can see you.
Yeah, that's fine. So, it starts with Brahmaji, so time-tested, divine tradition, we can say. Reliable tradition. Means the knowledge, if what is imparted or what person gains is a reliable knowledge. So, this Guru Shishya Parampara has been narrated, in the beginning itself. So Brahma has imparted knowledge to Atharva, and then Atharva has imparted to Angir. Angir has imparted to Satyavaha. Satyavaha has imparted to Angiras. That earlier was Angir, Refanta. This is Angiras, Sakaranta. They're different. And then Angiras definitely imparted to Shaunaka. That's how this Upanishad belongs to Shaunakiya Shakha. Well, recension of Shaunaka Rishi, in which means this particular Upanishad is a dialogue between a teacher, Angiras, and a disciple, Shaunaka. And that is how it has been told here in the Upanishad in the initial portion. Shaunako havai mahashalah angirasam vidivat upasannah parparcha. Mahashalah. This Shaunaka was a mahashalah. Mahatyah shal yagnapaka shaladayah yasya was having a big yagnashalas and big pakashalas. This used to perform lots of rituals. And pakashala, kitchens. So he used to cook for several people. Means he is not an ordinary person. He is a grihastha, definitely performing so many rituals, etc., and distributing food and everything. Well, this person must be shows adhikaritvam, right? Yajnadana tapakarma natyajyam. Bhagavan said. So he was doing yajna, dana, etc. Tapasya also naturally involves any ritual. If you do perform, you have to undergo certain penance. Therefore, shows adhikari. Just one word, Mahashala. Shaunakoha vai Mahashala, Angirasam approaches. Angirasam Vidhivat Upasannaha. Upasannaha means approached Angiras, the teacher. Vidhivat. Vidhivat means carrying perhaps that fire in a pot, or well, with a Shraddha and Bhakti and other things, well, definitely. And reverence to the teacher, to the tradition, well, he approach. Upasannaha, upasatti means approaching the teacher. It's a technical word. And here, of course, has been told Vidhivat. Otherwise, also we can understand upasatti means approaching the teacher just for the sake of knowledge, not for any other purpose. That shows he is adhikari, he wants moksha, etc. So then, and then approaching the teacher, what did he ask? Kasminnu bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati. Well, knowing which one thing alone does everything become known. That's how it is. This was a question by Shaunaka, the disciple, to the teacher Angiras. So what is that ultimate truth of everything? Because knowing that truth, everything will be known. What is that ultimate truth or reality of everything? Knowing which we know the truth of the entire creation. So well, then definitely that must be he is asking about the cause. The cause is the truth, the essence, the reality of every fact. So what is that cause? Well, knowing which everything in the creation, the effect will be known. Tasmai sahovacha dve vidye veditavye iti hasma yad brahmavido vadanti parachaiva aparacha. Angirasa answered in reply to the question of Shaunaka. Angirasa said this. Tasmai Shaunakaya hovacha said. Ha uvacha. Saha. Saha means this our Angiras said to Shaunaka. Dve vidya veditavye. Well, two things, two types of knowledges one should gain. One should know two types of knowledges. Yad Brahmavido vadanti. Brahmavidaha means the knowers of Brahman know, knowers of Veda. The meaning of word Brahma here, the knowers of Veda definitely has both the types of knowledges. Veda has two sections, two types of knowledges. Well, so the knowers of Veda, they say that one should know both the types of knowledge. One should know the Veda in entirety. What are those vidyas? Parachaiva, aparacha. Para and apara. So this is how para apara vidya has been introduced. There's a new word has been introduced for the two section of the Veda. That's it. One section of the Veda we call karma kanda. And upasana, of course. Upasana is a manas karma. And other is a Upanishad. That is our Jnana Kanda. So Karma Kanda, Upasana and Kanda and Jnana Kanda. That is the Veda. But for that new words have been introduced by the Angiras, the teacher here. Para, apara. One is a para vidya, exalted vidya. Para means the Shrestha, best. Why? Why best? Because knowing that, he will say, knowing that, well, one gains moksha. One becomes free from samsara forever. Solving the fundamental problem forever. That's how. Therefore it is, since it is a direct means, this vidya, paravidya, brahmavidya, etc., well, it is a direct means of gaining moksha, therefore it is exalted. And so, and apara means inferior naturally. And that is the knowledge of all preparatory disciplines, which prepares your mind to gain paravidya. That's it. And naturally that aparavidya means knowledge pertaining to the karmas and upasanas. And of course, just knowing karmas, rituals, etc., and knowing upasana cannot prepare you. You have to perform. That you know very well. So with karma yoga, etc., and upasana, the meditation on Ishvara, etc., which results into gaining the grace of Ishvara. Well, all these things is aparavidya because they are not directly, this vidya is not a direct means of moksha. It is an indirect means to moksha. And therefore, well, these two types of vidya should be known. Paravidya, aparavidya. Who says Brahmavidaha vadanti? While the knowers of Veda say one should gain both the types of knowledges. Okay, this is what is aparavidya. You said preparatory discipline, but what this introductory section says? It says, what is apara? 115. So, tatra apara Rigvedaha, Yajurvedaha, Samavedaha, Atharvavedaha, Shiksha, Kalpaha, Vyakaranam, Diruktam, Chandaha, Jyotishamiti. Very interesting. Now, I said the aparavidya and paravidya are the two sections of the Veda. Now, here in aparavidya, all the Vedas are included. Then what is paravidya now? So, tatra apara, Rigvedaha, Yajurvedaha, Samavedaha, Atharvavedaha. All the four Vedas are aparavidya, in which includes our Upanishads also. That is paravidya. But no, Angiras says it is aparavidya. Upanishad is aparavidya. My God. And also Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakaranam, Jyotisham. These are the Vedangas. Shiksha, the science of phonetics. Kalpaha, the know-how of rituals. And then Vyakaranam. Naturally, you should learn the grammar if you want to understand the mantras of the Vedas, etc. Niruktam, well, you should know the words which are there in the mantras because these are the words, Vedic words. They are not ordinary Sanskrit words. Not Kamalam and, etc., etc., Shunaha, etc. No. These are all Vedic words. So, to know Vedic words, well, you should have a dictionary. So, Niruktam is a Vedic dictionary. Chandaha, then what are the meters involved in this portion, in the mantras? Jyotisham, and then you have to perform rituals. You should know which will be the best time, what is the day today, and what is the best time to do, etc. All this. So Jyotisham also, that is Panchangam, they call Panchangam. 5. So Tithi and the day, and then Muhurtam and all this. One should know. So if you know, these are the ancillary knowledges which help you to know Veda. So Veda and Vedanga totally is aparavidya. Atha para yaya tad aksharam adhigamyate. What is paravidya? By which tad aksharam, that aksharam, that imperishable Brahman adhigamyate is known. So the knowledge by which you know the Brahman, that Brahmavidya is called paravidya. But then Brahmavidya occurs in Upanishad. Upanishad occurs in Veda, and the entire Veda has been told as a paravidya. Then where a paravidya is? The words of the Upanishad is a paravidya. When the words are unlocked by the teacher, and you understand the word, the mantra of the Upanishad, and gain that self-knowledge is paravidya. If you don't know the self, even by the words of the Upanishad, mantras of the Upanishad, then that Upanishad is aparavidya for you. If you know it, yes, I am that Brahman. Right? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yoveda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. Oh, Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam, etc. That is, you have Veda, one who knows this Brahman as the self in form of I, which is imperishable, which is without any change, which is a witness consciousness of all the three states. Well, I am that Brahman, I am that witness consciousness. That is paravidya. If this is not known, then Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma remain just words. That is Aparavidya. That is how Pujya Swamiji explained. You must be knowing also. Anyway, so this is Paravidya, Aksharavidya. Here Brahman has been told as Aksharam, imperishable, Naksharati. Naturally, and then how? What is that Aksharam? Well, that has to be told. So 116 says, yeah, Adreshyam, Agrahyam, Achakshushrotram, Tadapani Padam, Bhutayonim, Susukshmam, etc., etc. Oh, that Aksharam, that Brahman is, well, Adreshyam, it's not object of the senses. Well, it is not object of the organs of action, means you cannot grasp it, you cannot reach by your legs, etc. So, well, it's not a place, etc. So, you can't shake hand with Brahman, Aksharam, so, etc. Agotram, Avarnam, Achakshushrotram, Agotram. It doesn't have any gotra, means it doesn't have any birth. Avarnam, it doesn't have any form, colors, this, and no attributes. And, well, Susukshmam, very subtle. And Bhutayonim, which is the cause of Bhuta, cause of the sentient, insentient beings, the cause of the world. So this is how Aksharam has been defined in 116. And naturally, that if it is not object of senses, if it is not object of organs of action, it cannot be thought upon, it is subtler than the subtlest, it is not at all available for objectification. Then there are only two things. One is subject and other is object. If world is object, well, it says this Aksharam is not this object. It cannot objectify. Perception, this, that, inference, etc. Then definitely that Aksharam, the Brahman must be the subject. And that Brahman is the Karanam, naturally. And well, if it is object, definitely it is not all pervading. Right? Any object which you objectify, definitely it is limited, however big it is. If you objectify, it is limited. And therefore, well, if it is not an object, if it is just a subject, well, it must be the all-pervading. And that has been defined as a Brahman. Aksharam has been defined as a Brahman, and therefore it is all-pervading, the subject, etc. And that is the cause. Bhutayonim, that is the cause of the entire universe. The whole universe has come from that subject, the self, the consciousness. Well, and that is the Karanam. And the world is a Karyam. Naturally, Aksharam, the world is Ksharam. The effect all the time changes, and it arises also. It has a birth. It is created, and it resolves also. This is Aksharam, the consciousness which is, well, imperishable. It is Karanam. That Akshara Vidya is Paravidya. Okay.
Excuse me, Swamiji, somebody muted you by mistake. So could you please unmute yourself? Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I tried to unmute, but I could not
Yeah,
unmute. Somebody accidentally muted him.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So, that Aksharam is, the Brahman is the cause of the universe. Yes. Brahman is what? Yeah, maker, because he is a consciousness, you said. So he is a conscious being. He could be the maker, like the pot maker, conscious being. He is a maker of the pot. So Brahman is also a consciousness. Okay, as a conscious being, it has created the universe. No. 117. Brahman is the maker and material. This is how it has been introduced. So, in the first section itself, very important message, and that particular mantra we are going to see in little detail also. So, Aksharam, the Brahman, is not only the maker, the intelligent cause, but it happens to be the material cause. Anyway, so Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam Aksharam. So, and then verse number 9 says, Yaha Sarvagneha Sarvavid Yasya Jnanamayam Tapaha Tasmadetat Brahma Nama Rupam Annam Cha Jayate. So basically this is a subject matter. What is the subject matter of the Mundakopanisad? Brahman is a subject matter. How it is presented? Brahman is the cause of the entire creation, maker and material. So what is Brahman. If what is Brahman, then I am also Brahman. Right? If what is Brahman, then I am also Brahman. Yeah, that's so Brahman and I are of course identical, etc. So this is how the first section introduces this Brahman as a cause of the entire universe, as maker and material. So, and knowing that Brahman, well, everything will be known, because everything is essentially Brahman. Maker and material both means what? And definitely, well, so the pratigna of a acharya, well, definitely, on the Shaunaka's question, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijnate Sarvamidam Vijnatam Bhavati, knowing which, well, everything will be as good as known. What is the essence of the entire world, creation, etc. That the Brahman alone is being the cause, is the essence of the entire creation that happens to be, well, the subject, the Atma, the self, etc. So this is how it has been introduced in the first section. Very important mantras are number 6, 7 and 9. And I am going to now little talk on 7th mantra, very popular mantra. Yathorna nabhihi srujate grannate cha yatha pruthivyam oshadaya sambhavanti yatha satah purushat kesha lomani tatha aksharat sambhavati iha vishvam. So, now we will see in detail. So, well, of course, in the previous mantra, the number 6, well, it has been said, Bhuta Yonim. It's a cause of the Bhuta means cause of the entire world, sentient, insentient, everything. Definitely. Cause, he is a cause. Well, of course, in consciousness, well, we consider as an efficient cause, conscious being who creates. So one may definitely raise a question here. Of course, I just said that he is a material, etc. But now we'll see in detail, which has been, made clear here that Brahman is not just the maker, but is material cause also. For that, there are 3 examples have been given, and very beautifully has been depicted that Brahman is maker and material. Both means Brahman is everything. What you see is Brahman, and the seer also is Brahman, etc. So, pot maker, well, definitely requires some help from outside, like clay, wheel, etc. So, well, should Brahman do not require any help to create this Jagat, well, do not require any help from outside? Pot maker, conscious being. Brahman, consciousness. Means, like, okay, let's take it as Ishvara, conscious being. Well, he also should take some help to create this entire universe. No. Brahman does not require any help. Well, that is being said here in this mantra. Well, very clearly shown here. So, how can Brahman be called Bhuta Yonim, the cause of everything? Generally, we find is, the Bhuta Yoni means the cause. Well, we find that, as a conscious being, we will be the efficient cause, etc. So, how can the Brahman be the cause of all the things that we'll be seeing here? So, first example for that is given here. So, first let's see the mantra as such. Yathorna nabhihi srujate grannate cha. Yatha urna nabhihi. Yatha is example. Yatha shows example. Tatha shows, well, talks about Brahman. So, yatha urna nabhihi. Urnam nabhav yasya saha urna nabhihi. Urnam is that saliva. Nabhav. In whose stomach, well, there is a urnam, saliva, and that only it comes out and makes a web. So, yatha urnanabihi, just as the spider, srujate, creates, grannate, well, and withdraws what? Its web. One example. Like that means, like spider does this, Brahman also does. What is web of Brahman is this entire Jagat, etc. Anyway, so then, yatha, second example, yatha pruthivyam oshadaya sambhavanti. Just as the plants and trees, well, come into the being from the earth. Second example. Why 3 examples? One is enough? No. Because several doubts are there. Several doubts. Third is Yatha Satah Purushat Keshalomani. Like this conscious being, Satah Purushat, this, the person who is alive right now, the conscious being, from his head and on the other parts of the body, well, the Kesha and Loma, etc., well, the hair, etc., well, hair on the head and body grows from a living person. Well, in the same way, Tatha, Aksharat, in the same way, well, Aksharat Sambhavati Iha Vishwam, well, this creation comes into the being from Akshara, from the Brahman. Akshara, why? Because imperishable. So let's see now. Yatha Urnanabihi Srujate Grunnate cha. So just as a spider creates a thread and takes it back to itself. The example of spider is given here because in creating the thread, well, the spider is both the maker as well as material cause. Therefore, it is both the causes. So, similarly, Ishvara, well, also, as the creator, does not seek help from somebody. Spider does not seek any help for creating a web. Same way, Ishvara also does not. You were asking a question, well, Ishvara needs a help. Pot maker needs a help of other things like a wheel and other things to create pots, etc. Same way, well, Ishvara also, Brahman, as a Ishvara creator, well, definitely needs help from outside. No. We'll give you example. The spider creates a whole web, doesn't need anything from outside. He's the maker, he's the material. So Ishvara, as this, well, definitely the creator does not seek help from somebody. Just as the spider creates, well, the thread and withdraws is, Brahman is able to project the Jagat and withdraws it also. And it can take back the Jagat into itself. So that is why, well, if it creates from itself and takes it back, then what is there is Brahman. Right? What is there is just Brahman. What is there is Brahman, and then the one who says what is there is Brahman, that one who says that, is a part of this Jagat or not? Part of Jagat. Then you are also what? Brahman. So this is how it is. You are also, this is all we have to carry. We have to carry, if whether Upanishad says or not, whether teacher forgets or not, whether teacher forgets, not or not, whether teacher forgets, well, you should carry the message. Well, that's because whole creation comes from Brahman and takes it, well, Brahman takes it back. Then it is Brahman alone. What is there is just Brahman alone. Then what is there is Brahman means you are also, well, a part of the world, and so you are also basically Brahman. So when you are awake, well, to this manifest Jagat, you are Brahman. When you are dreaming, creating your own world, you are Brahman. And when the whole Jagat resolves, well, definitely you are sleeping, etc. Well, the whole Jagat is resolved, you are Brahman. So that's how we have to understand. Means never is there a time, well, you are non-Brahman. Time itself is Brahman because time is part of the Jagat, space is Jagat, the objects, time, space, objects, everything is, this is Jagat. It has come from Brahman. So time is Brahman, space is Brahman, objects are Brahman, the body is Brahman, the thought is Brahman, the senses are Brahman, the conscious being behind that is Brahman, everything is Brahman. So, well, I am Brahman. This is how we have to understand. But that is how cause. The only purpose, somebody asks a very good question here. I really liked it. He said, Swamiji, you are saying it is all mithya, 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 and you are going, I know you are going to a dream example, etc. Well, and therefore, then why the creation has been introduced? You are going to say it is all mithya. Then why the creation and the cause of that has been introduced? We introduced this creation in order to arrive at the cause. That cause is none other than Brahman, which is you. And therefore everything is Brahman. That's not Brahma Vidya. Everything is Brahman. That's not Brahma Vidya. That doesn't help. It doesn't have any advantage. Everything is Brahman. That's not Brahma Vidya. Everything is I. That is Brahma Vidya. When you say not Brahman, everything is I. Oh, Swami, I am Brahman. That's what Mahavakya is. That is the backbone of the Upanishad. Every word pertaining to the Atma, Brahman, Chaitanyam, whatever they use, you say I. But if I say I don't have the clarity. It will come. Why do you worry? So Shravanam is for that. So everything is I. Atma eva idagam sarvam. Aitareya Upanishad begins with that. Atma eva idagam sarvam. Nanyat kinchan mishat. There is nothing other than Atma. Somewhere, Brahma eva idagam sarvam. Sadeva sum idamagre asit. Ekameva dvitiyam. Somewhere Sat, somewhere Atma, somewhere Brahman. So just this whole thing came. Before that there was just Sat. The whole thing came. Before that there was just Atma. The whole thing came. Before that there was just Brahman. Well, cause always precedes the effect. And therefore, Brahman has been presented. Means what comes out is from Brahman alone or from Atma alone. So everything is Brahman. So the projected Jagat is Brahman. The collapsed Jagat also is Brahman. But there is some kind of a distinction between Jagat and Brahman. And Jagat, what is the distinction? Jagat is Brahman. Brahman is not Jagat. That's it. Right? Jagat is Brahman. The world is Brahman. But Brahman is not the world. Definitely not. And that is our usual formula. B is A. A is not B. B is beggar. Beggar is actor. Actor is not beggar. You actor is very rich person. Therefore, definitely, so beggar is actor. The eyes of the beggar, eyes of the actor. The eyelashes of the beggar, eyelashes of the actor. The crying of the beggar is crying of the actor. The very tears of the beggar is the tears of actor. The hair of the beggar is the hair of the actor. Where actor is not in the beggar? Where he is not in the beggar? Please tell me. Totally the beggar is non-separate from the actor. But if you ask to the actor, you are beggar. He says, what are you talking? Okay? So therefore, actor is not a beggar. Beggar is actor. World is Brahman. Brahman is not the world. Brahman is distinct from the world. Brahman be remaining Brahman appears as Jagat. Apparent cause, etc. We'll be seeing that. Okay. Now this is the first example. It's a spider example. Now let us analyze why Upanishad gives a spider example here. There is a reason for that. And because one may have a doubt that world cannot come into the being from Brahman because there is no material with Brahman. You say Sadeva Somedamagra Asit. Before the creation came into the being, there was just Sat, Ekameva Advitiyam. Just Sat without any second thing was there before this creation came from that. Means there was no material with the Sat or Brahman here, Akshara. So, there's one thing. And being the very self, Brahman is a conscious being, so it is not inert. Material is inert. And therefore, Brahman as a consciousness can be the intelligent cause. We can accept that. The maker. But it has to find some material for the creation. Brahman is pure consciousness. Prajnana Ganaha. There is no material. And no Upanishad also says Brahman or Sat or Atma. Well, they say before the creation there was just Brahman or Atma or Sat. Ekam eva advityam. There is no second thing at all. Well, then how can Brahman become a total bhuta yoni? Total cause. Material and maker. How? Material, it means he alone is a material cause, means then material should be there with him. And material is that is an inert entity. Brahman is just consciousness. And they say also that there was just Brahman before the creation. Nothing else was there. So, therefore, Brahman cannot be the totally Bhuta Yonim. Means maker and material both is not possible. And if it is not possible, Brahman cannot be material cause. Efficient cause we can accept it. Maker we can accept it because the consciousness. Always a maker will be a conscious being, like a pot maker, etc., or a goldsmith, etc. Well, we can accept that. But material cause it cannot be. And if it is not a material cause, well, it cannot be all pervasive. Efficient cause can remain at one place and can create. Wherever the creation, what he has created, that created thing, wherever it goes, the efficient cause doesn't go. Pot maker does not go. Like pot is created in Ahmedabad, and well, it came here, they have exported. Well, pot comes here, but the pot maker remains there. Therefore, you said that Aksharam, the cause of the entire universe, is all pervading. All pervading cause should be material cause. Therefore, we are not ready to accept. And if it is Brahman is a material cause, there should be some inert material. Material is inert thing. Should be there with him. But Upanishad denies it. And also says Brahman is just consciousness. And therefore, how we'll take it? In fact, the word Brahman you should withdraw. Withdraw the word Brahman. Brahman, the meaning of the word Brahman is all pervading, all pervasive. Brihadatu, you know. Brihadatu means what? To be big. So from that they have made the noun. The big. Right? The big. Well, it covers everything. It pervades everything. Material pervades. Brahman doesn't pervade because material means it's an inert thing. Anyway, since there was no material with Brahman before creation, and nor can this Chaitanyam, the consciousness, Brahman, be the inert material cause, Brahman cannot be all pervasive. You said this is all pervading. Brahman, the cause is all pervading. That is Atma. Atma, the meaning of Atma also is like that. Apnoti iti Atma. Apnoti vyapnoti iti Atma. Which pervades everything. It cannot. So this is the answer here. That will be answered in this by this example. So, anyway, and that's how the Sankhya philosophers will definitely say, well, that is where we were saying you. Pradhana and Purusha. Pradhanam means the Prakriti. What we say Prakriti. The material, the Maya in our case. But they don't accept this word because their Prakriti is a real. Our Maya is not real. Anyway, but like that. So Prakriti, basic material. That is different. Different from what? Different from the Purusha, the consciousness, Brahman. Prakriti and Purusha. So Prakriti creates everything. Prakriti is Ashtada, eightfold. From that the whole creation comes. Purusha, the conscious being, is separate from that. That's a wonderful thing. Here in our case, well, so we say, but this is, Shruti says, he is a maker and material both. No, we will not accept. Because this mantra itself reveals oneness of both. Yet, even the example example itself proves the maker and material are one. And yet, so we say, Tatha Aksharat Sambhavati. So from that Brahman alone, everything has come. He is a maker and material, everything. But they don't accept. Well, then if they don't accept, we give this example. See, when you say Shruti says, Sankhya, etc., Sankhya's, Nayayikas, we should know all this, that even though they are Astikas, in fact, Vaisheshikas also, Sankhyas also, Nayayikas also, and the other is the yoga people, of course, not much important, but these three, Bhashyakara tells them as a Tarkikaha. Ta- so Tarkikaha, Ahuhu, like that. So, why Tarkika? Because they give a weightage, importance to Tarka, logic, not Shruti statement. That Shruti statement, if it is logical, they will accept. If it is not logical, they will not accept. Arey, but it is a Veda. Now, so what? Veda means so what? This is more important. So that's how they are called Tarkikas. And the basis of the logic is an example. It's an example. You take the example and show a principle. Take another example, show the same principle. Take another example, show the same principle. And then you prove where you want to prove. That's called tarka, logic. I will give you example. And very known example, which you know also. I'm just reminding you. See, there is a hillock here in our Poconos, and there was on Route 33, there was a fire before few days. And so from our ashram, we could see the smoke. It was a little away. The smoke has come up to this due to wind. And then we went out. I thought, what is that? Because smelling like a burning smell. So when I went out, I found the smoke coming out from that direction. Then I went to the trail to get a clear view, and I found the smoke was coming from a particular hillock. And when the smoke was coming out, I understood that there is a fire, wildfire there. Now I have not seen the wildfire. I have not reached there. I have seen smoke. I have not seen fire. But I definitely inferred the fire. Why? How? Example. That wherever there is a smoke, there is a fire. That's a invariable concomitance. That's a rule. Whenever there is a smoke, there is a fire. Not reverse. Whenever there is a fire, there is smoke. No, not. But this is true. Whenever there is a smoke, there is a fire. Hey, how you have arrived at this rule? Examples. What are the examples? Several places. Even our old kitchen, where the wood, etc. And wood has some, some moisture, etc. because of the rain. So that wood was, when, burnt, some smoke also came out. So I saw the two things together. First example, in which I saw two things together, smoke and fire. Then I went to our Yagashala. There also I saw same thing. I saw the fire, of course, but then I saw smoke also. Oh, here also there is a smoke and fire together. Like that. You can take third, fourth, campfire, etc. The children came here and they were having a campfire in our the trail, near the trail. And then I went to just see there. So I saw there was a campfire, but there was smoke also coming out. Oh, 3 examples. Yagashala, Pakashala, kitchen, Yagashala, and even a campfire. From there I have concluded that wherever there is a smoke, there is a fire. That's it. And now I am seeing a smoke. Where? On that Pocono mountain. Then immediately I say, there is a fire there. This is called logic. You don't see, but you gain knowledge through inference, logic. Knowledge of what? Knowledge of fire. Where? On the Pocono mountain. Without seeing, you got the knowledge that there is a fire there. Without going there, perceiving the fire, you say there is a fire. So, well, definitely. So, this is a logic. So, now to the Sankhyas. No, we will not accept Shruti statement. Well, Shruti says, tasmad va etasmad atmanah akasha sambhutah akashad vayoho agnihi apah advat prithvi. From that Brahman which is Atma, the all five elements came, and the five elements, definitely all elemental world and the body and this and that. Because everything came from Brahman. Brahman is material cause. And of course is a consciousness, therefore it is all efficient cause also. Therefore Brahman is maker and material. That's what Upanishad says. We show him. I will not accept. Then we have to give what? We have to now fight with on a logical ground. To give or to prove our point on a logical ground, we should show the example in which maker and material are one. And when we show this, Mundakopanisad 7th mantra of the first section, look, the very spider also is maker and material both. Then why not Ishvara? Can be maker and material both. Clear? So this is how we prove. When they don't accept the Shruti, we employ Yukti, logic. This is how it is. Anyway, so Shruti gives this spider example to illustrate that Brahman is the material cause also. So before creation, Brahman alone was there, nothing else was there. Like the spider before the creation of the web, spider alone was there, and then from spider alone the whole the lava, saliva, etc. The whole web came out. So just as like the spider, Brahman is both the causes. So Mr. Spider, basically intelligent enough to create the web, so efficient cause, and itself is a material cause. So spider has an upadhi, the body, 8-legged body, so which accounts for the material cause and for the creation of the web. From its own standpoint, the spider is efficient cause as a conscious being. From its body standpoint, it is material cause. This is how you have to take, because the saliva comes out from the body. So therefore, remember this thing. From the upadhi standpoint, material cause. Body standpoint, I am using purposely word upadhi to prove something later. So this is how. From the upadhi standpoint, the spider is there. Two standpoints you can take, because both the causes. So both the causes, to say the spider is both the causes, you have to take a different standpoint. So from the spider standpoint, the conscious being standpoint, Brahman is the spider is the efficient cause, maker. And from its body standpoint, which I call it as a upadhi, definitely spider is a material cause. The same way, so spider definitely is a maker and material. Same way, Brahman also is a maker and material. So here, what is upadhi? That's what we are going to see. Anyway, so a logical objection can be raised only when we don't give example. If you don't give example that there is a maker and material can be one, then you cannot prove logically. But there are examples given here in this mantra itself, and so not just Shruti statement we accept as it is. We accept it with the yukti, with the logic. And then there are other examples. Dreamer also. You are the maker, you are the material. We know. So we'll see that in case if we have enough time. Anyway, so now when we say material cause, Brahman is material cause. Now just realize this material cause, that material cause can be either a changing cause. Now when you are saying Brahman is a material cause, now we have to analyze further. So material cause can be a changing cause, or it can be unchanging cause. So it can undergo a certain modification to become a new product, changing cause. Like we know, simple example is milk undergoing a change to become a curd. So milk is a cause, curd is a effect. But milk is what kind of a cause? Changing cause, material cause, but changing material cause. Even our examples, if you analyze, you will find that those examples we are not analyzing, so we keep on saying that. But actually, they are really changing cause. What? Clay to the pot is a changing cause, really speaking. Why? Because when you make a pot out of the clay, definitely you put it on a fire. And that change is affected by that secondary cause called fire. So when you put it on fire, the elasticity of the clay, which is its property, has gone. It has become brittle now. And pot is brittle. Means pot of course is clay, but then now it has become brittle. Means clay, the material cause, has undergone change. Its property has changed from elasticity to the brittleness. And therefore, well, if you don't in your process don't involve the heating of the pots which are made, then it is just clay. Otherwise, it is not a clay. Clay means elasticity should be there, but this is not there in the pot. Therefore, really speaking, well, this clay you have to consider as a changing material cause to give a product called pot. Even gold also is like that. I heard that gold definitely they add certain copper etc. to make it. Because gold, from the gold alone, pure gold, they cannot make these ornaments. I heard so, and I think it is true. So they add little copper in that. So that definitely to make the ornaments they use this. So gold has also undergone a change because you added a alloy. You added a copper, it becomes alloy now. Anyway, so you can either say, well, gold along with the copper, that alloy, is a material cause of the ornament, that it is alright. But otherwise, gold also can be considered as a changing cause because it has to add copper, etc. Anyway, all these examples basically, well, have their own limitation. So because there is no illustration for a non-dual Brahman, right? There is nothing other than Brahman. Means you cannot give example because there is nothing other than Brahman. Well, so therefore, but we give with a little compromise this kind of examples: clay pot or a gold ornament, etc. Now, in the creation of this Jagat, well, definitely the material cause is non-changing, not changing. So Brahman is a non-changing material cause. We call it as a vivarta, upadana karana. Upadana karana means material cause. Vivarta means non-changing. And parinami upadana karana, parinami means changing. So changing material cause, non-changing. But Brahman, well, definitely is a non-changing material cause. Because Brahman as an intelligent cause has got to be a conscious being, equipped with all knowledge and power, etc., to create the world. But we should know the initial pratigna, proposition was knowing which everything will be known as well. Well, it is possible knowing the cause, all the effects which will be made from that, which is made from that cause, will be known. That is only possible. Cause does not undergo change. If cause has undergone change and you got an effect, now you cannot understand. If you know the cause, you cannot understand the effect because that has already changed, right? And therefore, well, if you understanding the cause, if you know the entire world, the effect, let us say, means that definitely the cause must have remained still in the effect essentially. If causes remain in the effect essentially, it is there, means it has not undergone a change even to make this product or to appear as a product. Therefore, Brahman must be non-changing material cause. Then only that pratigna, kasminnu bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati. In Chandogya also it is there. Knowing which one thing, everything in the creation is known. Well, then definitely knowing the cause, everything in the creation is known. But knowing non-changing material cause everything in the creation is not, because everything right now also is essentially the cause. This cause remains cause, essentially, nature-wise, even in the effect. Then Brahman must be the non-changing material cause. And therefore, from Brahman's standpoint, well, so we have to understand it as Vivarta Upadana Karanam, not Parinami. We can call it a Parinami Upadana Karanam from the standpoint of its power, Maya, which makes Brahman the cause of everything. So Brahman, along with the Upadi called Maya, well, that is the cause of the entire universe. So we call it as Ishvara also, Brahman along with the Maya. And Maya, well, of course, its power. So definitely, again, now second thing we have introduced, Brahman plus Maya. If Brahman plus Maya, then again there is a problem. Brahman plus Maya has become the cause of the Jagat. Then all the Upanishads should not say Ekam Eva Advitiyam. Well, there was just Brahman, there was just Sat, there was just Atma before the whole creation came forth from it. There was just Ekam Eva Advitiyam. There is no second thing. No, Maya should be there. No, Maya also is not there. Therefore, Maya is not considered as a real an attribute of a Brahman, but only as an Upadi. An Upadi can be viewed as a kind of attribute, but not an intrinsic attribute. So from the standpoint of a Maya Upadi, Brahman becomes the Upadana Karana, material cause for the Jagat, consisting of various names and forms. Remember now word Upadi. I said in a spider's case, from the body of the spider, from the standpoint of the body of the spider, spider is a material cause. And from the spider own standpoint as a conscious being, that spider is an efficient cause. Same way from the standpoint of the Maya, the Upadi, Brahman is a material cause. From its own standpoint, Brahman is an efficient cause. Brahman is consciousness. So Brahman plus Maya, well, definitely is a cause, efficient and material cause for the entire creation. So from the standpoint of a Maya Upadi, Brahman becomes, well, the Upadana Karanam for the Jagat, consisting of various names and forms. In fact, those names and forms which you see right now, they were there as Maya, as unmanifest, as Maya. But Maya is where? In Brahman. Maya is Mithya, etc. will be seen, and you know it also. So Brahman plus unmanifest names and forms is Ishvara. Or Brahman plus Maya is Ishvara. Same thing. And then unmanifest names and forms becomes manifest. Maya is now considered, is called as a Jagat. Manifest names and forms. So Brahman plus all manifest names and forms, right, is this Virat, is this Jagat, which is Virat, of course. Brahman plus unmanifest names and forms is Ishvara, cause of the entire universe. So this is how it is. So this basically, since the Maya is non-separate from Brahman, all names and forms are non-separate from Brahman, either in unmanifest state or in manifest state. And so in any manifest state also, any name and form you take, you will arrive at the fundamental thing called Sat Chit. So Sat Chit, well, is pervading entire creation, so called Ananda, etc. So Brahman is still available in manifest state. Therefore Brahman is a non-changing material cause. Only Maya, from the standpoint of Maya, there is a parinama, because unmanifest to manifest, again manifest to unmanifest. That's called resolution. Unmanifest to manifest, creation. Unmanifest world keep changing and resolves. Well, again becomes Ishvara. So Ishvara appears as a Virat. Virat again resolves into Ishvara. That's how it is. Anyway, so Maya undergoes a change to become this Jagat. And Maya has these three qualities. Well, definitely Rasattva Rajas Tamas. And there is three qualities basically account for the varieties of the names and forms. And this really not qualities. And real, because Maya itself is not an intrinsic to the Brahman, the power, etc. It's an incidental, it is mithya. So this Brahman is still in Nirguna, without any attributes. Don't think Sattva, Rajas, Tamas gunas are there, attributes are there. So Brahman is always Saguna with Sattva, Rajas, Tamas guna. No. So this is mithya. And so Maya is a non-plus addition to Brahman. Any mithya thing is a non-plus addition. Any mithya thing is a non. Anything which is non-separate from a given thing cannot add anything to that. What part will add to the clay? What a ring will add to the gold? Gold was there, 10 gram. The particular name and form called ring was there in unmanifest form in the gold, and goldsmith just brought it forth. So still it is 10 gram gold, or maybe less than that, not but addition, or maybe less. Yeah, that is possible with the magic of the goldsmith. So, well, no, Swamiji, now the ring is there, golden ring. So, gold plus ring, name and form. Non plus addition. Ring is non-separate from the gold, the material cause. Doesn't add anything. So, this Maya is a non plus addition. Means, in unmanifest state, means in unmanifest names and forms or manifest names and forms, they do not add anything to Brahman. Neither they subtract anything, neither they add anything. Either in a Jagat form, non-separate from Brahman, either in a Maya form, unmanifest names and forms, it is again non-separate from Brahman, and therefore it is like this. Anyway, so the whole Shastra talks about, therefore, but then what is creation? You say the whole creation, that's how the creation is, as though eva, right? Dhyayati eva, lelayati eva. Mundakopanisad says, add eva everywhere, keep a stock of eva in your pocket, and whatever you say, well, eva, everything is eva. Everything is as though. Then what is reality? Well, eva means mithya. Then where the mithya is, there the satyam is. Satyam cannot be any elsewhere and mithya is here. If mithya is separate from satyam, then it is not mithya, it is satyam. So where the mithya is, because mithya is non-separate from satyam. Ring is somewhere and gold is somewhere. No, sir, it is not. Where the ring is, there the gold is. Name and form. Just an appearance of the gold. That's the job of a goldsmith, to bring forth a particular form which was unmanifest there. He brought it forth. He brought it to the manifestation. That's the job of efficient cause. So Ishvara, with his knowledge and power as efficient cause, brought forth unmanifest names and forms into manifest names and forms. Maya itself, which is non-separate from him, comes forth in the form of entire manifest world. So Brahman is a material cause. Well, even you can say without mentioning Maya, because Maya is, as I told you, is a non-plus addition. So you can say Brahman is a material cause, and that is how it has been said also. Tasmadva etasmad atmanaha akasha sambhutaha akashat vayuhu, etc. When from Brahman the 5 elements came, then definitely they are not mentioning Maya at all. And why should they mention? They should not mention, because non-plus addition. Maya is not an addition to Brahman. So then what is Brahman. So space is, that isness is Brahman. Then air is, the isness is Brahman. The name and form part is basically a mithya part, non-separate from the isness, non-separate from the sat. That's a Maya part. That was there as unmanifest, Maya, now manifest. So what is really is Brahman alone. That's how Pujya Swami used to say, what is Ishvara, etc. So from one point of view, you see the world of names and forms. Well, if you shift your standpoint, all that is here is Brahman. So from one standpoint, world. From other standpoint, it is Brahman. That is, world is, very isness is Brahman. Ring is, but isness is gold. Then where is ring now? Where is ring? It just appears. Mithya. This shift is very important. Very important. Shift from world to the Brahman. Vision of names and forms all the time. Names and forms, names and forms, names and forms, names and forms. And that to reality. They are real, they are real, they are real. World is real, world is real. No. Well, everything is Brahman. The very isness, the reality is Brahman. Anyway, so the vision that Brahman is, well, basically both the intelligent and material cause is something very unique to our Shastra. We do not find the concept of God, God, like this anywhere else. They always say God is always other than the Jagat. Whoever was talking about. Somebody didn't talk about God. So, well, God is always other than the Jagat. For the others who have a concept of basically God sitting in one place, etc. And then He created the world, and from that He is constantly watching, etc. This is illogical because basically if He is sitting, He has created universe, then well, to create the universe where He sat, because the very space is a part of the creation, then yes, it looks very funny. And well, so anyway, we will not talk about it because we have a very limited time. So all that is here, this is a Vedic vision of the Ishvara, Vedic vision of the Atma, whatever, Vedic vision of the Brahman. All that is here is Ishvara. Name and form plus the basis of the name and form, the truth of the name and form. Everything is Ishvara. So with reference to Jagat, Brahman is Ishvara. Because you say Jagat, well, then the cause, then the Maya, etc. So, well, we'll call Brahman as is Ishvara. And Bhashyakara uses the word, Shankaracharya uses the word Ishvara very commonly in the sense of Brahman. Somewhere for Brahman he just writes Ishvara. No, Ishvara means Swamiji plus Maya, it should be. When you say Ishvara plus Maya, but where is plus? Where is plus? Maya is not an addition to Brahman. And therefore Mithya cannot be counted, as I told you very well. And therefore you can use Ishvara is the cause of the entire world. Or Brahman is the cause of the entire world. Brahman is a Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Brahman is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is a cause of the entire world. True? Satyam is what? What is real, which lends existence to everything, which cannot be negated in any period of time, which always exists, is real. That is Brahman. And therefore in the world, whatever the existence you say, space is, this is, that is, well, that isness is Brahman. And therefore, ultimately, I can say, Brahman is the lending existence to the entire creation. Is a cause. Cause alone lends existence to the effect. Right? And therefore, as a Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, as a Vivartopadana Karanam, Brahman is the cause. You need not say that. Just say Brahman is the cause. But Swamiji, we have to add Maya, and then we should say Parinami. You want to, if from the name and form standpoint, you may add a Maya. But it is a Mithya actually. So you can simply say Brahman is the material cause. You can say, nothing to worry. Because what is right now is Brahman. Right? The non-changing material cause. That's the reality. Other than that, the appearance. Names and forms are just appearance. So there is no real difference between Ishvara and Brahman. Because somebody will ask you, somebody told me also, Shankaracharya himself is not clear about Ishvara and Brahman. They are two different things, Swamiji. Shankaracharya is using left and right here and there, somewhere Ishvara and somewhere Brahman. So he himself is not clear. I am clear, he says. What is this? What's the difference? Oh, but one has a Maya, one is without Maya. Your Maya, with Maya, what is the addition to the Brahman? Nothing. Nothing. Maya means names and forms. Any name and form has no addition to the material cause. Either it is a ring, chain, anything has no addition to the gold. That's it. And therefore, Brahman or Ishvara is the material cause of the universe. It doesn't require, definitely outside help, does not undergo any change in the process of creating. So to point out this, the example of the spider is given, no outside help. So like that web that comes out of the spider, the entire world comes out from Akshara. Tatha Aksharat Sambhavati Iha Vishwam. Vishwam, the world. So this Akshara is Brahman. Aksharat Sambhavati. From Akshara it has come. Therefore Akshara is Brahman. What is this? Yeah, because from Akshara everything has come. Means Akshara pervades everything. Akshara pervades everything. If it pervades, if it is all pervading, that is Brahman. Really, what is all pervading is Brahman. Not Brahman is all pervading. What is all pervading in a real sense? Why in a real sense, Swamiji? Because space also you will say all pervading. No, but something which pervades even space. Therefore, really speaking, all pervading is Brahman. So Akshara is Brahman. Okay. First example is over. Now I won't take much time. Now second and third example resolve certain issues. Looks like, oh Swamiji, this is really good. It's very clear. No. Several issues are there. And to resolve that, another two examples I have given in this mantra, 7. Yatha pruthivyam oshadayaha sambhavanti. Just as plants are born of the earth, on the earth. So, this example is to resolve one more problem, one more doubt. What is the doubt? How can Jagat come out of the Brahman if the Jagat is Brahman? You say Jagat is Brahman. That's the only reality. If Jagat is Brahman, then how Jagat comes out of Brahman? Already Jagat is Brahman. Right? So, so we say, even though the Jagat is Brahman, it can still come out of the Brahman. How? Example. Just exactly like our trees and plants. Trees and plants which are non-separate from the earth, which are essentially earth only, right? Which are essentially earth, they essentially, even though they are earth, still they come out of the earth. They remaining the non-separate, they come forth. Similarly, even though the Jagat is non-separate from Brahman, still it has come out of the Brahman. Does Brahman, the cause, basically of the Jagat, stand separate from it? Because, this particular example resolves another doubt. You said the spider is a maker and material both. But the web and the spider are two different entities. Same way, Brahman is a maker and material both. But still, Brahman can be separate from the web called Jagat. Brahman has created Jagat. Itself is a material. And he is an efficient, maker. But you gave the example of a spider, but in spider case, the spider and the web are two different things. So, here is the same. No. Then what example will give? Same, this example. Definitely, just as the plants and trees and plants, they are non-separate from the earth, still they come out of the earth. That's how it is. Same way, the whole Jagat, like plants and trees, non-separate from Brahman, come forth from Brahman. So this is how it is. And the last doubt, the third, that's the biggest doubt, that Brahman is consciousness. And from that Brahman, how can inert Jagat comes out or manifest? The Jagat being inert, is definitely entirely different from the Brahman consciousness. So, well, totally opposite things. Cause, the nature of cause and the nature of effect are opposite. Like from the cotton cloth, the human being comes out. What is this? That's an inert thing. Human being is a consciousness or conscious being. How it can happen? Between cause and effect, there should be an identity, and there is identity. So the qualities of the cause are only you are finding in effect. Like you are seeing this jabba, right? And well, you say, oh, Swamiji, suppose if someone touches that, oh, Swamiji, it is cotton. Cotton is a cause, this is the effect. So definitely, basically, the qualities of the cause inhere in the effect. So if Brahman is the cause, then the consciousness should inhere in the creation, in the Jagat. But if Jagat is totally inert, so, well, Brahman cannot be the cause. Well, because Jagat is Vilakshanam, a world full of features that are opposite to Brahman. And to answer that, the third example is there. What? Yatha satah purushat keshalomani. Just as the hair on the head and the body. Hair on the head is called kesha. Hair on the body is called loma. Well, hair on the head and the body, they are growing, they come out from a living person. Satah purushaha means from a living person. It comes out. But it's not inert, it is inert. That's how it is, the cutting is possible. Hair cutting is possible because it is inert. If it is a conscious sentient thing, well, definitely it cannot. Sentient thing, well, even if it is, even piercing a little bit also gives a pain. So if you can cut the hair, well, that shows it is inert. Only when you pull hair, well, you feel the pain because it is rooted in the scalp. And that is, scalp part is a sentient thing. And therefore, when you feel a pain, that is from the scalp actually. Anyway, so definitely hair on our head is inert, but I am a conscious being. From me only it grows, it comes out. So from a conscious being, inert hair comes out, inert nail comes out. Nail also you can cut, that shows inert. So definitely, no, so, but then I am inert. And from me inert, the inert thing comes out. Kya baat? To say I am inert, you should be a conscious being, right? Okay? And therefore, conscious being is one who responds. As I said, you, the conscious being, from whom the hair, the inert hair comes out. You immediately say, well, I am inert. That response is from a conscious being. Yeah. Response is from conscious being. Inert thing cannot respond like this. Anyway, so, well, the inert world also can come out from the Brahman. So, definitely. So, in fact, hair and nail grow. So, well, they do have a life. Then only they grow. So, there is no rule that inert thing cannot come out of the conscious entity. Anyway, so, the previous example also we can take it that way. The earth is inert actually. And the plants and trees which come out are conscious beings. Now, I am the conscious being. From me, the hair and nail, etc., which are inert, comes out. So, from a conscious being, inert thing can come out. From an inert thing like earth, plants and trees, which are conscious being, can come out. There is no rule that cause and effect will have always will have a same attributes. No. Between cause and effect, well, need not be an identity. It means qualities of the cause need not be found in the effect. Anyway, and moreover, now further we have to answer this. So, because there is nothing to contradict the fact that all that is here is Chaitanyam Brahma. Everything is Chaitanyam. In fact, really speaking, there is no division of sentient and insentient. That's a problem, actually. You consider everything is insentient. Actually, it is sentient. Nothing is inert. We have to shift our vision. Then we find everything is Chaitanya Brahma. There is no object that you can think of outside consciousness. Try. Even the so-called inert object is not outside consciousness. It is within the consciousness. Consciousness already pervades And that's how the object becomes an object of knowledge for you. So-called an insentient world is a object of knowledge for you because it is pervaded by consciousness. Everything is pervaded by consciousness. Without being pervaded by consciousness, nothing can become an object of your knowledge. And therefore, everything is Chaitanya Brahma. There is no object that you can think of. Now, but then the object is within consciousness. That's true. But then Swamiji, same way, this is also within space. But these two are different. Space and this object is different. This is within space. I can understand space pervades that. Same way, any object is pervaded by consciousness. That's okay. But then object and consciousness can be different. We have already seen non-separate from Brahman consciousness. Then, but you prove it. We will not accept it like that. We will not say accept it. Everything is non-separate. All names and forms are non-separate from Brahman. How will you prove it? Well, try to take away your object outside consciousness. That's it. Try it. Hold it. Try. You try. Anything you take out from this, the way this is within the space and you are not ready to accept, well, but outside consciousness you try to prove the existence of anything. Outside consciousness you try to know anything. Everything is pervaded by Satchit. And that alone is the reality. The form keeps changing. That's Maya. That keeps changing, and as the form changes, we give a new name. But Satchit is and shine, Astibhati, never goes. Never go. That's the basis. And therefore, within Satchit, it exists, and well, it is pervaded by Satchit. That's the reality of every object, every so-called object, name and form existing in consciousness and shines in consciousness. So anyway, so the whole basically object is pervaded, sustained by the consciousness alone. When the names and form resolve, well, they do not go away anywhere. Everything resolves into consciousness. So the creation is from consciousness, sustenance in consciousness, and also the resolution is in consciousness. So all that is here is therefore one consciousness. That being the truth, the whole magic is as though coming, as though being, as though resolving. Exactly like wave coming from the water, sustained by the water, resolve into water. As though, really speaking, just water. There is just water. From the water standpoint, no coming and resolving and no sustaining. No sustaining. From the wave standpoint, yes. Coming from the water, sustained by water, resolve into water. From the wave, name and form standpoint. From the water standpoint, from the reality standpoint, there is reality. As though coming of the wave, as though being of the wave, as though resolving of the wave. So, and the most appropriate example is dream. And that I leave it to you. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.